Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MTG Entertainment, a channel that provides you with entertainment from trending shows in Mzansi to the rest of the globe. Not forgetting drama because we love some drama as long as we're not involved in it. Quick disclaimer, I'm gonna need you to not focus on my looks. Forget about the lashes. Focus on the drama. And right now, we are talking about Mummy's Club, honey. First things first, let's speak about Mrs. Mops. Okay, so we know Mrs. Mops from The Real Housewives of Johannesburg, season 2. And she left on a bad note because LaJoy, if I'm not mistaken, was accusing her. Was it LaJoy or Burnett? I can't recall. It's been a minute since season 2 aired. They were accusing Mrs. Mops on cheating on Mr. Mops. And we basically did not get the chance to understand whether she really is a cheater or she was being lied on. And it came up on this season of Mummy's Club where she was asked, baby girl, we saw on Real Housewives of Johannesburg, we are cheater. Mrs. Mops obviously denied the rumors and she just said that, sometimes when you have friends, unmarried friends, they will say things to hurt you. And it's funny how those people that were making those accusations are unmarried women. Basically saying that unmarried women come for married women because they are lonely and miserable and jealous, honey. Okay. So Mrs. Mops made a friend that is so much like her in all the good ways. And I guess in some bad ways as well. Her name is Tigo, right? They started interacting on social media and they decided, you know what? Let's contact each other now that the show is shooting and link. And they've been vibing, right? Okay, we're not there yet. First, I want to take it back to Nunu Rai. Yes, there's a wife there called Nunu Rai, and she was having a birthday party for her son, and the ladies were there. And towards the end of the party, they were just dancing, vibing. And during the vibing, Noah, Tigo's son, wanted to go for the cake, right? So Tigo narrates the story. And he then decides to go and lick the cake. And when he licks the cake, she reprimands him like, no, stop it. The cake is already licked, right? So instantly, Happy, Her Majesty, goes, oh, Noah, you wild. Which did not sit right with Tigo, right? And Mrs. Mops witnessed this whole situation. Tigo felt like she was not going to address the situation because but it's been eating up at her, right? And she just really felt the need to speak to Happy about this. So good to listen, baby, you can do many things, okay? But don't call my child names, especially wild. My child is not wild, he's energetic, okay? So when Her Majesty arrived with her gate crashing guest without notifying Mrs. Mops that she will be bringing a guest to her house, okay? When she pulled through, she was like, okay, it's my turn. It's my time to address this issue and be free at last. And then they go aside and speak. And basically, Happy was just so confused. You could see, like, why are you so touched? He was behaving wild. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I won't ever call your son names again if that will make you happy, which I believe it truly will make her happy. And everything is hashed out, okay? So on this episode, Mrs. Mops and Tigo go on a lunch date to Cream. love that restaurant, and they're looking fabulous and they vibing, and Mrs. Mobs just happens to ask Uguti, listen, did you and Happy hash out your issues about Noah? And she says, yeah, everything was sorted out. And she begins to re-explain the story, right? And Mrs. Bumps is just looking at her like, okay, friend, but if you think about it, do you not think Noah was actually being wild for licking the cake? Not that he is generally wild, but like just going on the cake. Is that not giving wild? Is that not giving wild? Which, come to think of it, it is kind of up there. It's kind of wild. And Tiro was like, not you too, bitch. Not you too. And she stands up, ready to leave. And as she's about to leave, she decides to drag the whole table filled with drinks. Well, I saw water. And the water obviously splashes on Mrs. Mops. Mrs. Mops is like, you messed up my gorgeous dress, you short bitch. But Mrs. Mops, as much as she loves drama, she's very good at acting mature in very hectic situations. So the situation is hectic now, and we are baby girl, and she runs after her. She's like, no, Tsecha, I'm sorry, okay. And then Utikh was like listening because she likes Mrs. Mops. She just doesn't appreciate her calling Noah wild. Okay. And she apologizes. Guningi, man, too much is happening. This is why I preferred voiceovers. So she apologizes to Tsechu, and Tsechu apologizes for splashing her dress with water, and everything is kumbaya. They proceed to go sit down and continue speaking. And Radile is brought up, and Mrs. Mop says she doesn't understand how Radile and Happy are friends because they don't seem to be of the same caliber. I wonder what that means. Well, Mrs. Mops did say that Happy is kind of a diamond that is very rough and refinery school. Right? And Utikh is just like, she likes Radile. She's a very beautiful woman. She just feels like her wall is too high up, which makes her want to like stay back because she's a vibey person. She likes vibing with people. And if the vibrations are not vibing right, then she steps back, but she is going to try to get to know her because, yeah. Tsechu then proceeds to go and link with Radile at her house. They have some IV trips. It's cute. It's whatever. Sharing good conversation. And Radile just happens to bring up Ugutsi. How I know you is the fact that you were friendship goals with Kifi Mabute. As I know her, because I did not know her when she was still going as Kifi Boo. And Tsechu is not impressed with this because she's just like, why are you snooping? How is that going to help you with anything, honey? She's just really uncomfortable. It goes to show that the friendship ending did really hurt her. They didn't speak about their husbands. Radile says her husband is 14 years older. And she asks about how Tsechu copes with having a Nigerian husband, and she knows them as Cholofinas, and Tsechu is just not here for this whole conversation. Like, even when Radile was taking out her family album, she was just like, oh my gosh, I need to get home and cook some jollof rice. Okay, so like, why are we doing this? But she was being nice, so she looked at the album. But I don't feel shame. I don't feel at all. One thing about Tsechu, one thing that I've noticed, she's a very, very lovely, graceful woman, but she's just too sensitive. Like, baby, you need to chill out. You need a edible or something, blunt or something. But calm down, stay back from the Champisi, because maybe it's the one that's triggering all these unnecessary emotions. Okay, still love her though, but I see a lot of drama coming from her as the season progresses. I hope she does prove me wrong. I know for shizzles of Mrs. Mobs will cause drama, because Mrs. Mobs, knowing her from Real Housewives of Johannesburg, she was that girl that would put out a fire, pour paraffin, pour petrol, put some fire igniters, you know, that those white stuff that we put to start the fire when we're frying. Put that, and then take a champagne glass and step aside from the fire. Then push everybody in, and then just watch and sip. That's Mrs. Mobs for me. That's how I know Mrs. Mobs. Happy had revealed that her husband has passed on, and she was having a private conversation with Nunurai, right? And she, no man, yes, my husband passed on, but I'm very much bitter about the situation, because when I found out that he had passed on, he was actually with his side chick who was taking pictures in my car, and Sonji, she's very much hurt, you know, but she's projecting her hurt on this lady that's still alive, the side chick. She's saying, Gutsi, she's to blame for the accident. Probably they were fighting about how much her husband loves her, but your husband is cheating on you, telling you he's going to some business in Tontonzi, go nail spray, he's going to nail spray to sleep with a girl, you know. So how is the girl at fault? They are both at fault in my opinion, but I think it's very much wrong to forgive your man and then project all of your hurt and pain on the woman, because you know, whereas focus on this one. I feel like if she actually focused her anger on her husband, she'd be able to heal faster and be able to grieve and mourn him properly, because you're feeling all of the emotions that he made you feel, whether it's happy, sad, angry, and. So she told Nunurai all of this in confidence, right? Because like they kept on pushing, like kunini bambuza yo njalo, you know. And when Tiko actually met Nunurai, that was the first thing that she asked her. So I guess she just felt like, oh gosh, let me just tell her so she can just stop. You know, because sometimes you don't want to speak about things because they're actually really deep and they're unnecessary to speak about, you know, unless it's a therapist. Nunurai then went and had a date with Tiko, the queen. What's the queen, Her Majesty herself, saying she doesn't feel like it was much of a secret, and Teko was just like, I think Nunurai doesn't have his fuba, like I don't have his fuba, but yo, baby girl cannot keep secrets. And she tells her, no, the reason why Kelly is so bitter and like struggling to mourn her husband is because Situ is side chick in the car found and she's still alive, so she's blaming side chick. Being the nice, graceful lady that she is, she decides that the ladies should go on a rage break or something like that, where you go and you just break glass materials, bottles, TVs, window seals. And you could just see Happy was just bashing on that car window seal over. Is it a steel window? That thing in front, man. But she said she'd never do it again. It was so unnecessary. Okay, fine. After that, they go to dinner at Bold. When they're at Bold, right, Happy then asks Uzi, listen, I really enjoyed, right? But I want to understand, why do you think I needed that? Do you think I have anger issues or whatever? And Tiko then begins to talk. Like she's trying to sway away from bringing Nunurai and the conversation up. But her responses were just not enough, right? So she was just like, oh, Nunurai did mention something along the lines of you going through a lot. And then I was like, yeah, I did say something, but not much, but just basically admitting guilt before she's exposed. And Happy's like, excuse me? Excuse me? I should be the one to tell my story. If I wanted to tell your friend, I was gonna tell her myself. Boom! So now everybody is looking at Nunura sideways and like, ooh, this is not going to end well for Nunu Rai, honey. I can already foresee it. I'm here for the next episode. It seems like it's quite jumped. We learned that Utiseto, Happy's firstborn child, is actually from an ex of hers, a Nigerian ex, and she wants her to meet. I don't know if she's met him, but she wants her to get to know her family in Nigeria. And in next week's episode, they seem like they're at therapy, and Diseto reveals that her mother says that she was born by mistake. First, she was telling her daughter, Guti, they're not, the other daughter, I think, Direset or something like that. Guti, they're not going to celebrate her birthday anymore because her dad died before her birthday, which was on the 14th of June. And the youngest daughter's birthday is on the 15th. Imagine never celebrating your birthday just because your daddy passed on the day before. Well, she says they're still going to celebrate, but it just steps different on your actual day. Like, I didn't celebrate on my birthday. It was during the week. I was at work. I actually had such a horrible day. I would have liked to celebrate my birthday the way I did on the weekend. It was going to be like so great. It was going to hit different because it is my actual birthday. That's it for this video. Do make sure to let me know, do you think Nunura was wrong for spilling Happy's personal drama? Like, I feel like that is quite obvious. But do you think Happy's a good mother, guys? And do you think Ticho... Okay, I think it's very wrong to be questioning somebody's mothering skills, especially because I've never been a mother. But, born by mistake, no more birthdays. Okay, like, that's just my 2 cents. And is Ticho a little bit too dramatic, or you just loving every part of her? I'm loving her. But anyway, that's it from MCG Entertainment. Do be polite and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, comment. Come on, talk to me, y'all. Share and hit that notification bell because the drama is never ending and life can be boring. Ciao.